Welcome back. I am Jason Wiersema. This is Tankers Fantasy Football, and we got some great Week 11 waiver wire picks for you guys. Well, not so great. I mean, talk about the number one waiver wire ads for this week are Brian Hill and Darius Slayton, who's moving in to his bye week. But nonetheless, we got some waiver wires for you guys to check out for this Week 11. Before we get started, you know how we do here at Tankers Fantasy Football. Maybe you hook us up with a little like down there. Maybe you just go down there, go down there a little bit, and you touch that thumbs up button. Maybe you don't. Maybe you hook us up with a subscription. Maybe you don't. Maybe you go fuck yourself. All right, we're going to lead off with some Brian Hill. Talking about Freeman missing a week or two out there. Ito Smith was just placed on IR this last week. Brian Hill went out there and touched the ball 21 times for 71 yards and a touchdown in relief for Freeman when he went down against the Saints this last Sunday. I don't know, he's probably more of an RB3, maybe back-end RB2 if he keeps getting these 21 touches and adds in, if a few of those touches are receptions like they were last week, you might be able to get you that back-end RB2 action. I mean, let's face it, with Slayton going on by, the up and downs of the Slayton, and the Freeman misses a couple weeks, this guy's probably going to be the number one waiver wire ad for you this week, and somebody's probably going to go out there and dump a pretty sizable amount of fab on him. I don't know. It's getting pretty late in the season. If you're in desperation, you just need a couple wins to sneak your ass into the playoffs. I might throw about 15 to 20% on this guy, but that is a reach. All right, we got some J.D. McKissic. And, if you need some bye week help in a PPR league, this guy might be all right for you. We had Ty Johnson, left the game in Week 10 versus the Bears with a concussion. This guy's not really anything sexy deluxe, but over the past 2 weeks he has got 23 total touches for 127 yards and a touchdown in these last two weeks combined. That's not the worst thing in the world. And if Ty Johnson is looking to miss a game or two, J.D. McKissic might be able to get it sexy for you in the RB3 category. I had some Blue Powell. It's probably more of a reach. Le'Veon Bell didn't finish the game due to sore ribs, though. So if he's talking about missing action, I think Blue Powell would be the starter for the New York Jets moving forward if Le'Veon Bell were to miss time. So once again, you're in need of a desperation RB3 situation. Check out some Blue Powell. We got some Will Fuller. He might have been dropped in your leagues. People are like, oh, look, here's Will Fuller. He's injured again. But I think he's looking to come back Week 11. The Texans just coming off their bye week. If they can get him back on the field, Kenny Stills didn't do dick all to steal any of his looks. So if Will Fuller is back to full health, I expect him to return to boomer bust wide receiver 3 territory. Got some Darius Slayton. He caught 10 of amazing 14 targets for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's only had over 5 targets twice on the year, but that was before the likes of Evan Ingram and Sterling Shepard were basically no longer factors for the New York Giants. You got to think about Daniel Jones is starting to look a little bit more sexy these last couple of weeks. Somebody's got to be fucking catching these balls out there. And of the 8 games that Slayton has played, he has 4 of them in double-digit PPR. So it's not like he's come completely out of nowhere. He had 2 touchdowns like 3 weeks ago as well. And he's going to the bye, so you can probably still get him on the cheap, probably anywhere from 5 to 10% of your fab. I got him in one league. I'm thinking about running his ass out there. Feeling pretty good about it. Wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4 in your first or second flex spot. I don't think you could do much better than this guy at this point with Sterling Shepard and Evan Ingram both looking to miss time, and Saquon Barkley looking suspect as well. We got Hunter Renfrow. He's not really lighting the world out fire. He's got 14 passes on 16 targets in these last 3 weeks, and he scored a touchdown in 2 of those 3 contests. He's not all that sexy deluxe by any means, but Hunter Renfrow, I picked him up in a league last week, kind of a speculative ad, kind of see what's shaking out there. I'm not saying you got to run this guy out there in your starting lineup, but I'm kind of more of a bench stash with the Hunter Renfrow. Got some Demaryius Thomas, Crowder. He's been the lead dog, but But Demaryius Thomas did have 9 targets. He caught 6 of them for 84 yards. He should avoid the Josh Norman treatment. Not that Josh Norman is really anything special, but Norman should be following Robbie Anderson's bum-ass around the field. So, I mean, if you are looking for a wide receiver 3 and you are in desperate need, I mean, Sam Darnold's starting to look a little bit better out there. Crowder is probably the main guy in this offense, and Robbie Anderson, in my opinion, is dead to me. So, I mean, looking Jameson Crowder, I mean, the guy's getting 9 targets out there. It's going to be hard-pressed to find a guy that can get you 9 targets from the waiver wire. So if you're looking for a guy, you're looking for just a plea deal, you need some buys, you need some injuries, you're like, please get me 10 points, Demaryius Thomas might be your guy. Got some Randall Cobb. I'm thinking about leaving him on your waiver wire. I don't know. I think it's kind of more of a blip in the radar than anything necessarily looking sexy. I mean, Prescott did go out there and throw for over 400 yards to make Randall Cobb relevant at all. He did find his ass in the end zone for his second touchdown of the season, but I don't really think Randall Cobb is anything more than a wide receiver 4 or wide receiver 5 moving forward. All right, like the cut of my jib. Give us a like, give us a share. We got to get those likes and shares up, boys. We got to get them up. We got to get Tankers into the 1,000 subscriber realm, and the way to do that, is to share these videos and to like them and put all your questions in the comment section below. That gets these videos in the recommended section of future Tankers fantasy football listeners. All right, holler at me.
I'm hot as fuck, bitch.